Coming up right now, a YouTube star is taking some heat for the way she honored her late father.
Also coming up, why some Seattle residents have turned a Cybertruck into a makeshift memorial.
A little bit later on, Hollywood's biggest night names their host, and it's a first for both.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Well, hey there, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, and we're welcoming you to Daily Flash. I have to preface the show today. I had another one of my allergy attacks, so if I sound weird, like I have marbles in my mouth.
I just noticed that. I thought you had like a cough drop or something.
It seems like it. And so what it does is a histamine thing. And so around 12:30, I woke up and I go, all right, here it comes. And I just start loading up. And it's my fault because I had not been taking my medicine up to that point.
Okay.
And so I have no one to blame but myself.
Did something trigger it?
It's an allergy. It's an allergic reaction from a histamine.
But did you eat something or?
There is something, yeah. I mean, I went to an allergist. I went to all these specialists and everything. They couldn't figure it out. And then my wife figured it out. It's histamine. And basically, you eat certain foods. I think it was some sandwich I had yesterday. It could be different thing. We haven't narrowed it down, but it could be that coupled with not having enough sleep and all kinds of stuff.
All that stuff. A good friend of mine is sort of experiencing the same thing, but she notices like if she eats tomatoes or uses a certain kind of hand lotion or,
it can do that,
whatever those ingredients are in those products, or if it's an acidic reaction, she's having
the good thing is I know it's coming. I'll get congested. I'll start itching everywhere, and it feels like ant bites. We sound like old people up here.
Sounds great.
No, it feels like I'll have an ant bite on my leg, and I'll go, all right, well, it's about to happen. But you have to be consistent with it. And I was up in Nashville, and I forgot to take my pills. So
you went off.
I went off
the regular routine.
So I've been up kind of early today and thinking about one man, and that was Matt Doolittle the entire time.
I want to encourage you all to go to our YouTube page for a special edition of Preview Review where I go on a proper rant about all these Disney nerds fighting everybody over the Muppet Vision 3D change into Monsters, Inc.
Yes.
It's Disney. They're going to change stuff a lot, so get over it, you geeks.
Also on his Instagram.
So,
yes.
Matt loves anybody. You can put your hands up in the bottom of it.
Yes. Play me like a puppet, Mitch. Play me like a puppet.
Matt is very passionate about the Muppets Inc. versus the Monsters Inc. versus the Muppets. Speaking of all things movies, do you think the movie theater experience is on the decline?
I think so, but I've seen some changes, which I'm happy for. But yeah, I do feel that it is, and they have to do something, right?
Yes, I was listening to one of our favorite podcasts, Smartless, the other day, and they were talking about making movies, and Jason Bateman made the remark that the one genre of movies that continues to get people in the movie seats are horror films and slasher films. Nick, our camera guy, is a huge fan. Yes, he is like one huge horror fan guy. But that is big horror fan. What did I say?
No, you said it right.
Okay.
We just think of it as one big horror.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. Sorry, Nick. Anyway, but because it's the experience of going to the theater, and they're saying it's a collective experience of being frightened together, which is why the thriller and the horror movie continues to draw audiences into an actual theater as opposed to watching it at home.
Can I? The first thing I want to say to theaters, thank you for assigned seating.
Oh my God, it's the best.
Thank you, baby.
I love assigned seating. And it's my fault if we get there too late and there's crappy seats. I'm like, all right, well, I can accept that. I can't. Hey, can you guys move over? And I have to tell people to do that. However, that horror is one thing you should experience.
Yeah.
And James, help me out here, please. Yeah. If you're a white person, go see a black movie. And
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's a whole different experience.
An experience.
We talked through the movie. I'm sorry. We crack
But you
jokes
say
and
funny
everything.
things.
But it's fun though.
dude.
It's fun though. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, like I went and saw, there was a movie called, it came out a while back. It was first Sunday or last Sunday or something like that. And I had... People were yelling, and I'm like, "What the hell's going on here?"
You're like, "No, run!"
And then I realized, okay. And then I'm like, "All right, I'm into it." Like the whole crowd gets into it.
Yes.
So I appreciate
My
that.
favorite is, we know the brother's about to die. He goes first every time. Thank you, Hollywood.
It's fun.
One of the best experiences, though, was when you used to go see the Jackass movies in there because everybody laughing or groaning at the same time.
yeah.
It's one of those where you expect the audience to be involved.
Yeah.
But when you're in like a quiet movie and someone just won't shut up behind you,
it's the
I lost
worst.
it at Saturday night when I went there. I finally had to turn around and go, can you please be quiet and shut your yap?
There's the time to
But
talk.
you do that and you risk your life because you never know if somebody's going to stand up and start a fight with you in the theater.
So I took him out on a date. And
Took Matt out on a date?
Yep.
You
We
and
went to go
Matt?
see Red 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you, if the theaters keep doing that, we wouldn't have saw it. It was like 4DX.
Yeah, with the
Waterfall
shaking and
Lakes.
such.
So it was like a roller coaster, and you get the spray on the face.
Oh, the
you
seat
get the wind.
is movable.
So if you keep doing that and not charge an arm and a leg for it, we'll keep coming to the theater.
And make an experience. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
Make an experience.
absolutely.
Otherwise, you can just watch it at the house, right? But the horror thing makes a big. It makes
I
complete
never
sense
thought
to me.
about that, but it is true.
But
Yeah.
numbers. All right, let's talk about some trending stories here. A 39-year-old influencer taking heat for the unusual way she honored her late father. Rosanna Pansino, she's got a podcast and a YouTube channel. In a recent episode, she confessed that her dad's dying wish was his ashes to be used to grow a marijuana plant. The California-based baker revealed actually revealed that her father wanted his loved ones to smoke him after he passed away from leukemia. Okay. Rosanna said that the family was caught off guard by his odd request, but agreed to make it happen. She decided to share the video of herself mixing in her dad's ashes with the soil to grow the plant. Then a short time later, she lit up a joint filled with his ashes and smoked it in his honor right there on the screen. If that's what his wishes were, I don't see any issue with it. I don't know. I mean, what all would be? It can't be healthy for you, no matter what.
Be healthy. To me, this is like a social media ploy.
I think you're right.
That's what I thought of when I first saw this story. I'm like, okay, she's looking for likes and viral videos and reposting. I mean, different strokes for different folks. But you're right. If the dad asked them to do that, I mean,
how can you go?
Did he really though?
I would like to have seen that.
To blow it up on the internet.
Yeah.
Thank you,
No, blow it up
Brayden.
in smoke is what he asked.
Yes.
Baby, I want you to get those clicks in my last days, please.
Yes, bingo, that's it. An abandoned Cybertruck was Seattle's latest tourist attraction for a brief period of time. The truck caught the attention of social media after a resident shared a photo of the abandoned truck. The Cybertruck was turned into a roadside attraction, but the owner was not amused by the makeshift memorial. It was recently towed away, but not before it received a pin on Google Maps as a destination.
That's awesome.
The owner says he was in a fight with his insurance company to get the truck towed and repaired after being hit from behind.
Oh yeah, the tires messed up back there. Interesting. Let's turn to some entertainment news. Comedian and former late night host Conan O'Brien is going to host the Oscars.
All right.
It's the first time in his career. In a statement, O'Brien said, "America demanded it, and now it's happening. Taco Bell's new cheesy chalupa supreme." And in other news, I'm hosting the Oscars. Of course, that's very Conan, right? O'Brien is actually the best known for his late night career that spanned more than 2 decades before that. He actually wrote for Saturday Night Live and The Simpsons. Despite being a legend in the entertainment industry, O'Brien has never hosted Hollywood's big night, despite hosting the Emmys twice. The 2025 Oscars will air March 2nd on ABC. I like this because after Jay Leno stole the show back away from him, y'all know how I feel about that.
Yes.
Is that he's actually recreated his career.
Yeah.
And that late night show, Late Night with David Letterman, it had the college crowd. And, you know, people grew up with Conan, and he was able to change or take with him to the podcasting world.
Yeah.
Matt and I were talking about
so
how this
good.
show is awesome. His podcast is awesome. And then his Netflix specials that is based off his podcast.
What's fascinating to me is if you look at the evolution of late night television, it's almost extinct at this point.
I agree,
because nobody's paying attention to it anymore because of podcasts and because people can go to Netflix and watch stand-up comedy specials. And there just isn't really a need for it, I think, anymore. Because now celebrities offer you everything on their social media accounts. So nothing is left to the imagination because you used to tune in to see these folks because you would never see them anywhere else. Now you see them everywhere. So
the availability is always there, and it seems like the political jokes and that sort of thing can be found, and also specialized too. And that's generally like around the election season. I quit watching the late night, all of them. Either side, I get tired of hearing about it.
Right. Well, and especially if they're just leaning toward one side, it's like I like it when you take it out on both sides. But if you're only driven by one side, I lose interest.
Jon Stewart, did you see that rant?
Oh my!
Which generally we think is left wing. Jon Stewart,
but he's good. I feel like
Daily
he
Show
gives both sides a good whooping.
And if you don't think he did, see this thing he did on the
amazing.
Democrats, because I was like, wow, he held nothing back. It's really, I was like, all right, cool. And to me, that feels more balanced, and I appreciate a comedian because he's seeing the world and not this part of the world. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yes, and he can understand both sides, and then there's comedy in both sides.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, we got more Flash coming up right around the corner. We're going to tell you some great trends coming for the holiday decor.
Yes, we will. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's time for some air, land, and sea. It's time for Flash Travel. You know, the holidays can be the worst time to travel, right? From the stress to flight delays to fighting altogether. Rude people can also make a travel experience really a nightmare. So how can we actually minimize the stress of holiday travel? Joining us now with some tips is travel expert Mina Theravangadam. Mina, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mitch. It's good to be here with you.
We're excited. Andrea and I talk about this on the show all the time. Let's talk about what are some of the common but unwritten rules that travelers should follow during the busy holiday season.
I think the biggest thing is to really be prepared when you're going through those security lines. Have your ID out, have your passport out, have your liquids in your plastic bag, things like that. The more you can do to keep those lines moving, the less you're going to have to wait in them, and the less frustrating the travel experience becomes for everyone else.
Yeah, check before you go. It really does. That stress is always, that energy is around there. I know exactly what you're talking about. Let's talk about travel also with managing your expectations when it actually comes to crowds, maybe delays, even overbooked flights. How can we do that manageably?
So the thing that I always do is I plan for the worst, especially during the holiday season. I know that it usually takes me about 8 to 10 minutes to get through a TSA pre-check line at Chicago O'Hare. During the holidays, I go ahead and bump that up in my head to 20, 25 minutes. And that gives me a few extra minutes of wiggle room typically, but it also makes me a lot less stressed when I walk in and for the first time in months see a huge long line of people looking to get through security. The other thing I do is I always check the weather. If I'm getting a rebooking notification from my airline, that to me suggests I could have some weather problems, and I might actually want to look at whether I can change my plans. I found really that when it comes to weather, especially, being proactive is the biggest thing you can do, not to stress yourself out. So if you see that your flight is delayed, maybe it hasn't gotten in from the previous destination, you might want to go ahead and book yourself on another flight if you've got that option available to you. But really just being prepared for the unexpected, and oftentimes giving yourself some slack. If I know I have to be there on a Tuesday and I absolutely don't want to miss what's happening that Tuesday morning, I'll go ahead and get myself in a day or two early so that I've got a little bit of buffer and wiggle room if something does go wrong and I end up on a canceled flight.
All right, and quickly tell us, when you're interacting with the airport staff, do's and don'ts. Can you give us some of those?
Sure. I think the biggest thing is to remember that these are human beings with jobs that stress them out, just like you. You'll want to treat them like human beings. And just like you in your job, there are certain things that you can't control. They might be your boss's prerogative or a corporate edict.
Right.
Airline employees, hotel employees have the same thing. If you're on an overbooked flight, it is not the poor ticketing agent's fault. It is someone else's doing that's really put you there in a lot of airline policies. So just remember not to take out your frustrations on people who really may have no control over the situation.
Just be a good human. Thank you so much, Mina. Great tips. I love these. And if you want more stress-free tips, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Design and lifestyle expert Michael Welch joins us now with some how-tos to make your holiday home decor come together like magic. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you so much for having me. So I'm so excited because we are going to talk about how you can decorate your home using Command brand products so that we don't tear up our walls. So okay, let me just tell you. So Command brand has so many new colors that they've introduced. And as a designer, I'm super excited about it. I mean, we have everything from vanilla bean to soot to mulled wine, even sage green. Oh my gosh, how could you not love colors when it comes time to decorating? So let's talk about what we're all plagued with. How do we design for the holidays without ruining the walls when we get finished? Well, I'm going to give you some easy things that you can do on your own using Command brand products. But first, let's talk about some big wow moments that can really help you. So here are 4 decorating trends that are great for this holiday season. Up first is going to be what you see behind me, which is the Cotswolds holiday. That's paying homage to old English Christmas. Then you've got all white. Think about these trees right here, and they're just flocked with all white, just a super clean Christmas. You have whimsical decor as well, which is going to be all about that color. And then, of course, we're here in Hollywood. We love a little bit of glitz and glam. So you've got that Hollywood glam Christmas, which is all about silver and gold. But let's talk about how you can make a big impact at home. So I know behind me, it looks like this is really difficult. It's not. All this is ornaments that have been hung using ribbon. And then I've used some decorator clips. Less than 1 pound can hang on this. Simple and easy. Then let's go even bigger. Let's talk about that window that you have in your home. Well, you can use the window too to decorate using Command brand products. So I'm all about using wreaths. Well, a great way to put a wreath on the window is using our clear hooks that you see right here. It's a nice medium size and it can hold up to 5 pounds, and it'll make a dramatic difference when people walk into the house and they're like, oh my gosh, how did you get that wreath suspended? Well, you did it using Command brand products. And I'm telling you, it's simple and easy. Even for myself, this season, I'm going to be doing a little bit of decorating on my mantle. So I'll be using several of our toggle hooks. What I love about the new toggle hooks from Command brand, or I should say the new color, this sage green is perfect because it's just going to blend right in, and it is perfect for when I'm putting all of my garland out. And then even little simple things like, don't forget your stockings. We're always wondering how we can hang those. Well, again, using Command brand products, we can make it simple and easy. And then the last thing, I'm someone who doesn't like a lot of clutter. So I am all about these new cord bundlers. This is great because it keeps everything tidy, and this will make your Christmas perfect. For more information on any of these products, head on over to command.com.
It is time now for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. Entering its 8th season on Hulu is the action medical drama 911.
We have to help her get some air.
Why don't I just punch it in its face?
You can't just punch a snake in the face, Buck. It's a snake. It's not some guy at an El Torito happy hour.
911 explores the high-pressure experiences of police, paramedics, and firefighters who must try to balance saving people with solving problems in their own lives. I chatted with series star Aisha Hines.
And making the decision ultimately not to pursue becoming a doctor any longer, and staying with her 118 family, which was pretty amazing. Going back to her origin story, which was incredible, and then kind of having to explore all of these alternative ways of expanding the family and dealing with those storylines. And I think kind of representing what that is for a lot of people, a lot of women, and a lot of families in the world.
After 8 seasons, 911 is only getting better. With outstanding writing and acting, this is a series well worth your attention. Again, 911 is streaming on Hulu and gets an A. It's rated TV-14. Streaming on Apple TV Plus is the hit series Disclaimer. It stars Cate Blanchett, Kevin Kline, and Leela George.
They say that destiny knocks at the door. That is not true. Destiny doesn't knock on any door. It crashes in without permission and grabs you mercilessly by your soul.
Disclaimer follows Catherine Ravenscroft, a television documentary journalist whose work has been built on revealing the transgressions of long-respected institutions. Actress Leela George plays the younger version of Catherine.
As a society, we've really started deeming ourselves the judges and juries of everyone, and I think this series really shows you that you shouldn't jump to conclusions, and we do project our own experiences onto situations that have nothing to do with us, and so I hope it just makes people question their judgments.
Disclaimer is a riveting series because of its intelligent writing, dynamic acting, and terrific cinematography. Again, Disclaimer is streaming on Apple TV Plus and gets an A. It's rated TVMA. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Well, thank you there, Tony, and welcome to Furry Friends. Well, with the holiday season well underway, it's a good time to remind pet owners about the lost pet scam. Well, here's how it works. A pet owner posts about a lost pet on a website. The scammer then contacts the pet owner claiming to be the shelter that has located their furry family member. The scammer then tells the owner that their pet is in need of emergency surgery before it can be released from the shelter. Good story, right? Then the scammer demands payment over the phone with a credit card, gift card, or money app in order to release their pet. Local shelters all across the country say they never demand payment over the phone. They also recommend owners call or go to the shelter in person to verify that they have their lost pet. We're having a big problem with this right here in the Orlando area.
Really?
Last year, the story came out in central Alabama. It's one of these things that you've just got to be careful. And if anybody's asking, if they're asking you to go get an Apple gift card or a Google gift card, it is fake. Grandma, Meemaw, Peepaw, I know it sounds real. It definitely is not.
Yeah, and they're playing on people's emotions too. That's what's really, really sad about that. And also keep in mind, I don't think shelters can do emergency surgeries in the first place. It's just a little bit of common sense you have to think. But I think your suggestion, Matt, is right on target. Say, okay, I'll be happy to come down there now, or ask as many questions. Where are you located at? What street is that at? Just start to find out more information.
Because what they're going to do.
Just giving
they're going to try to do the yes and thing. Oh yes, but we're out of state. Oh yes, but we can't allow visitors in at this hour. They're going to give you every excuse in the world for you to not come see your animal. So go get eyes on it. If you've got to travel for it, it is worth the money.
There you go.
Trust me. All right. So imagine it's a Friday around 2:30 in the afternoon. You go out to your empty chicken coop, as one does in Florida, and you find a large cat staring you down.
Whoa.
Enter Tim, the coop owner who called in reinforcements when he noticed an uninvited guest in his coop. Turns out it was a bobcat who didn't look so well. Bobby was a bit under the weather, underweight, and had a bad case of mange. The wild cat was eventually handed off to a rescue group for rehab. The good news is the feisty feline is showing some serious signs of improvement, and experts say she's clawing her way back to health. That thing is terrifying.
Bobcats look totally different. I remember growing up here in Florida, and one would come up to our window every once in a while, and it's amazing what an incredible creature they are. Matt, thanks so much there, buddy. We got some Life Love Shiping right around the corner. You can buy a house on Amazon, believe it or not.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hello, everyone. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
We really love having you along for today.
We do.
And,
say that one more time. Really?
It's like a car trying to start up. We really are happy to have you here. Let me just say that. Now I'm all worried about saying it right or wrong.
Mitch is having an allergic reaction, so he's got a swollen tongue, which might make it sound like he's got a cough drop in his mouth.
So if I sound weird, that's why. If I feel, and this thing swells up down here already, you can kind of see it.
Yeah, a little bit.
It'll go down probably it takes about 8 hours for the whole process if I don't take my medicine.
Are you Canadian now?
Well, that's what happens when I get allergic.
You turn Canadian?
I turn Canadian. Yes, and I'm really sorry about.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I got to go back to the house.
They say if it doesn't go down after 8 hours, you really should go to the hospital.
Really? I say I should get an award if it goes that long. Speaking of which, finally, Matt, your dream can come true. You can lick Betty White.
Yes!
Oh!
Wait, what?
Hey.
Wow.
Maybe a couple years ago would have been appropriate, but...
Betty White's getting her own stamp.
I saw this.
Yeah, isn't that great?
That's terrific.
I think everybody loves Betty White. She was just like this great.
How can you not?
Died at the age of 99, just weeks before she would have turned 100. And really, you talk about a career like bounce back. People just went back after her, and she had the latter part of her last 10 years of her life.
Yeah.
She had this really big
hosting SNL.
SNL. Well, I forgot
she was great
SNL.
on.
Did she host SNL?
She did.
There was a big online petition, and they got her on her. She was great.
She was awesome.
See, I mean, that's proof that it's never too late to start your life, right? I mean, but she's been through it from day one, like from game shows to.
She was on the radio before TV was a thing. She was a radio star, like 5 years old.
Sue Ellen from Mary Tyler Moore Show. I remember that.
Yeah, that's right. And then she was on Password. Remember the game show Password? She was on that, and I think she was married to the host of that show.
Is that right?
Wow.
I knew she was married for a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe that's who it was.
But talk about a fascinating career.
Right?
Yeah, no kidding.
I like to have that. And we consider Matt our stamp because we like to lick him and throw him in a corner too. So
you just like to send me across the country and get rid of me.
Yes.
Is what you like to do.
Send you across the country.
I'm more junk mail.
You're like spam. You're a little spammy.
Return to sender? Yes.
We try to get rid of him.
Well, but he just keeps coming back. We love it. A 39-year-old influencer is taking heat for the unusual way she honored her late father. Rosanna Pansino has a podcast and a YouTube channel. Surprise, surprise. In a recent episode, she confessed that her dad's dying wish was for his ashes to be used to grow a marijuana plant. The California-based baker revealed that her father wanted his loved ones to smoke him after he passed away from leukemia. Rosanna said that the family was caught off guard by his odd request, but agreed to make it happen. She decided to share video of herself mixing in her dad's ashes with soil to grow the plant. Then a short time later, she lit a joint filled with his ashes and smoked it in his honor.
All right. Have you ever seen human ashes before?
Mm-hmm. They just look like dust.
Well, no, it's actually bigger than that. My son's I have his ashes, and I thought that's what it was like as well. But it's got like rocks in it and stuff like that.
It's very grainy.
It's very grainy. Yeah. So it's interesting that it can be. It seems like that it couldn't get burned up too much. Yeah. I mean, that's what was left over.
Once you're shaken and burned, it's only your bones. Then they take your bones and put it in another machine, and then
they grind it up.
Ashes.
Okay.
Yep, there you get it.
How is it that you know this, James?
I watch documentaries, especially about the woman who eats her husband's ashes.
And Chip Crazy, I learned a lot.
There you go. See?
Yes, that's right.
Because they went and got a doctor. He said, "This doesn't look like human ashes at all. It looks like sand." And it's not like that. Anyway,
it's the Detroit in me.
Weird and stupid. It's the Detroit in you, huh? Next is going to
get rid of bodies. Got to learn how.
different side of Detroit.
What is the limit when somebody has some weird requests after they died? You know what I'm saying?
To me, that crosses the line. But I mean, that's just
we just dumped my dad in the Intercoastal. That's
what he wanted. Did, yeah. Just let the Gators take care of him. Okay.
It's hard to do. I got to be honest, because like I said, I have my son's ashes, and I know he wanted to be out like in the ocean. He never made mention of it, but I think that's what I wanted to do. I felt like that's, but it's hard for me to depart from that. But it's the weirdest thing, thinking that what's left of his body is right there, and then once you move away from that, I think releasing it, which I think that's what I need to do. We're going to tell you a great segue here, by the way. We're going to talk about pimple danger and the fall trend.
This week on The Scene with Doreen, I got to sit down with one of Rolling Stone magazine's greatest drummers of all time, Michael Shreve. He's known for playing with the band Santana, and he just released a new album. Check it out. I read that in your early years, you had a very strong desire to become a priest, but you were kicked out of every Catholic school that you attended.
I don't know why. There's no explaining why, like a boy in grade school would ride his bicycle to 6 a.m. Mass every day. But that was me. And it's a little bit hard to explain, but I think it's kind of the spark that every child has towards something. And I had that. I wanted to be a priest. I wanted to be a missionary. I guess God had other plans. And so my mission was music, and I traveled and brought that, and hopefully brought some joy and peace and happiness to people that way.
So while you were getting kicked out of all of these schools, that's when you discovered your love for the drums.
Continuing in the same vein, I'm now at a public school after getting kicked out of grade school, Catholic school. And I'm in a class, and the teacher asked me to leave and go to the principal's office. So obviously I was doing something wrong again. And on the way back to the room that I was kicked out of, I passed the band room, and the door was open, and the percussion section was right there. And that was it. I just saw the drums and everything, and it all struck me in a way that told me I'm going to be doing this.
You've really become known for your electrifying drum solo with Santana at Woodstock in 1969. That was right out of the gate for you in your career. With over 50 years of working on amazing musical projects, do you ever feel that incredible body of work is overshadowed by that one performance?
Oh, yes, all the time. You know, it's Woodstock. Everybody's telling me how much they love Woodstock, and I'm doing all these interesting projects, and I'm trying to tell them about it. Have you heard this? Have you heard this? You know, can we get away from Woodstock sort of thing? And then one day it hit me, Doreen, where I just realized, just shut up. Just accept it, and just be grateful that there's something that you've done that moves people that much still.
So coming from a Catholic school background and your early desire to be a priest, what was it like playing at Woodstock? Was it a cultural shock?
Well, I had been in that environment now for some years, being in the Bay Area, but of course Woodstock was a whole nother level, a whole nother story, a whole nother gathering of sort of minds and spirit that nobody expected. There was a togetherness. There was a sense of belonging that everybody was feeling there at that time, and that they had made it to a sort of mecca. And the thing felt like, everybody felt like we're really changing things here.
Congratulations on your new album, Drums of Compassion. It really finds a beautiful balance of power, but also tranquility.
I thought to myself, what kind of record could I make as a drummer at 2 a.m. that I would want to put on and help me relax? Mm-hmm. And so this is the answer to that. People could just relax into completely, like let go with that rhythm.
Visit michaelshreve.com, pick up the latest album, Drums of Compassion, and keep up to date with what this talented musician and visionary has in store for the fans next.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
And if you want to hear more of the great conversation, visit here. I'm Doreen Taylor with The Scene with Doreen here at the Daily Flash each week. See you next time.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's time now to check in with lifestyle expert Joanne Butler. She's got everything you need to know to spread some of that holiday cheer.
Hey, some more holiday things you need to know right now. First off, I am loving these new hearing protectors by 3M. They're called WorkTunes Connect Plus Solar. Just an amazing gift for anyone who is around loud noise. We did a story about this recently. Extended exposure to noise over 85 decibels can be permanently damaging to our hearing. So even things you don't think about, like mowing the lawn, using power tools, or being on a loud job site, can actually damage hearing over time. So these reduce the noise to help lower the risk of preventable hearing loss. First of its kind actually on the market. They continuously charge using solar power. So whether you're inside or out, they'll charge. You can take calls, stream music, and other things using your Bluetooth connection. They have high fidelity speakers, so primo sound quality, comfortable ear cushions. They're water resistant, a great gift for construction workers or contractors or the do-it-yourselfers on your list. Amazon.com, $169.99. Head to 3m.com/worktunes for more on these babies. I love them. Now, an amazing gift for the beauty lovers on your list. These are new holiday hair sets from Carasilk. Just an amazing brand. Hair masks, smoothing balms that tame frizz, strengthen your strands, great for your daily hair routine. Just gives you strong, beautiful, luxurious locks, which is all we really want for Christmas, in this beautiful floral packaging designed by artist and embroiderer Ellie Mack. 4 different sets to choose from, ranging from $38 to $67. You get them at Carasilk Salon, so head to their website, carasilk.com, to find one near you. Even comes with this beautiful little bracelet. Love it. Now let's talk shopping safely online. I've partnered with Norton to empower people to take time on Cyber Safety Sunday, which is December 1st, to help you do it. According to their Holiday Cyber Safety Insights report, 30% of Americans have been targeted by a scam while holiday shopping online. 30% of those say they were targeted on Black Friday, 11% on Cyber Monday, and 30% on Christmas. It's crazy. So some things you can do to protect yourself. Use strong, unique passwords across all your online accounts. Enable that multi-factor authentication, even though it's annoying. Help create and store passwords securely. Use something like Norton Password Manager, which is great to help you do it. Use strong security on your devices. 360 Deluxe is great to help protect your devices and your online privacy. Check your delivery notifications and social media ads that pop up. They have a free AI-powered scam detector called Norton Genie app that can help you spot scams in seconds, whether it's a suspicious text or an email or a social media message. Lastly, set up fraud alerts and consider identity theft protection like LifeLock. That'll help keep a lookout for your personal information and help restore your identity should you fall victim to identity theft. You don't want that to happen. No good for the holidays. And there you have it. Have a happy and safe holiday season.
This holiday season, AARP's Fraud Watch Network is warning seniors about the latest holiday scams. Here's what you need to know.
A new survey highlights how criminals are targeting consumers this holiday season. With more, here's Kathy Stokes, Director of Fraud Prevention Programs at AARP.
Our latest survey finds that 82% of U.S. consumers have faced fraud this year, from gift cards and online shopping scams to phishing attempts disguised as delivery notifications. Fraud comes in many forms, and the tactics are always evolving.
Stokes has some advice on how to stay safe.
If you receive a gift card with no balance on it, call the number on the back of the card to see if the issuer can help you recover the funds. If you're traveling for the holidays, invest in a virtual private network app or VPN to help keep you safe when you're at an airport or a coffee shop on your phone. And only use peer-to-peer payment apps with people you know. And if you've been targeted by fraud, the Fraud Watch Network at AARP offers free support to help you report the crime and begin recovery.
Learn more at aarp.org/holidayscams2024.
Families are gearing up for those crowded airports, packed highways, and long delays. We got some great time-saving advice with travel expert Lisa Never.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk to you about tips to have a happy and healthy holiday season. So Welch's Fruit Snacks did a survey and found that 6 out of 10 parents' biggest concern during the holidays is the stress of traveling, especially with children. And one thing that can really make a difference is to have a snack that you feel good about. So Welch's Fruit Snacks are made with real fruit, so you can eat them. They're so easy to bring with you. You can toss them in your backpack or your bag. And they don't need to be refrigerated. They're crumb-free. They're mess-free. And Welch's Fruit Snacks is trying something new this year, which is Fruit Side Assistance. So you can follow them on social media and find out where you can meet them to get their special kit that has, of course, Welch's Fruit Snacks, a cozy blanket, a phone charger, a coloring book. They're going to be in between Los Angeles and San Francisco, New York and Boston and Chicago and St. Louis. So you can meet up with them to make sure that you have all the snacks that you need. and feel good about that while you're traveling. Of course, we need to know where we're going, how to get there, where's the bathroom, but one of the most important things is to hydrate and have great snacks. So if you want to find out more, you can check out all the information at welchesfruitsnacks.com.
If someone is blowing something at you in the subway system in New York, it's usually not a kiss. However, one woman has gone viral for her video showing her blowing kisses at unsuspecting male strap hangers. She says she's trying to bring more love and positivity to the New York subway system. She had a friend record reactions from her encounters. While some guys can be seen smiling, waving, and even blowing kisses back, others pretend not to notice. It seems like the New York City subway system has become this, fight to the last, moment of your life.
You never know what's going to happen inside there. There's a great, I think it's on Netflix, and it's called The Experimenter. It's about this Dr. Milgram back in the 60s, and he basically did all these experiments on social experiments. And one of those things that he did was talk about going into a subway and then just singing and then kind of looking at people's reactions. See, how, some people are annoyed by it.
Yeah.
Some people like, oh, how nice. And I would imagine this goes along the same line as that the social experiments, that sort of thing. But blowing a kiss at somebody, I would think, oh, she's interested in me. You know?
Absolutely.
And they probably not the best idea to do.
And in this day and age, you just never know what kind of response you'll get.
Exactly.
We're back right after this.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites, and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. A TSA agent is blackmailed into letting a package slip through security. This is today's must-watch movie, Carry On, starring Jason Bateman.
Good morning, day shift TSOs. You've all been chosen to spend your Christmas Eve here with 200,000 impatient travelers.
Is this because I'm Muslim? Is this because I'm black? Is this because I'm white? Airports turn people into such kids. Excuse me. This isn't mine.
Ethan, today is a day that you're going to remember for a very long time, but if you handle it right, you're going to have a chance to forget it. Just relax, okay? An associate of mine is going to step into your line, and you are going to make sure that his bag clears the machine.
Listen, I work for the Department of Homeland Security.
That's like the janitor at NASA calling himself an astronaut. Let's cancel the text, or we execute your girlfriend. Attaboy. You're a low-level TSO. You're going nowhere. I'm telling you how this goes. One bag for one life.
Who the hell are you?
I'm the guy you listen to. Ethan, are you listening?
We have a 911 call placed from inside LAX.
You killed him. I gave you some pretty simple rules. You got cute. I'd say you killed him. You, I see, like to improvise. Sit right back down. You leave that post, there's going to be consequences.
We gotta go. I don't care what you do to me.
Who said anything about you? You got 10 minutes before everybody in this airport dies.
You think you can take control, huh?
You're pathetic, and you're asleep.
I guess I woke up.
Ooh, that looks good.
I love the name of it. I love everything about it. I love Jason Bateman.
Me too.
I
Love
also
it.
love them right there,
Yes.
the home audience.
All
Y'all
of
take
you.
care.
Be good, everybody.
Bye-bye.